You guys play the kind of the controlled offense that you guys play, how difficult it is to even chip away at a lead like that?
Sometimes it's controlled. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes Doe and Rex will come off of a single ball screen and not make one pass and shoot it. But they do have the green light to do that. I think for us, because we eat up a lot of the clock against our opponents, because we extend our defense 94 feet and we'll show different looks. Tonight we stayed more into our 1-2-2 look, but when we're getting you late, 13, 12, to run your offense, to me that makes a big difference in you being able to come back. And then a lot of teams are not pressing, period, in the country. And so we're not having to speed up our offense or we're not even having to take time off of our offensive possessions. We pretty much dictate when we're going to shoot the basketball. Sometimes I don't want them shooting it that early. It depends on what rhythm that we're in. But I think that has a lot to do with it.
Yes, John Crumpacker with the San Francisco Chronicle. Coach, without getting really technical, you said your defense keys your entire game, but was it as easy as it looked? I mean, you got off to an 11-1 start and then just kind of, just for a layman, was it as, from your perspective, as easy as it looked?
No, I mean I kind of worry about how much pressure we're going to bring and how long, because I don't want to wear them out. But because we've been that way all year, they've been conditioned that way. So when you're having to go up against traps and bring the ball up 94 feet, don't know when the trap is coming, or we may get you on reversal, I think to me that makes the other opponent very hesitant in their play. As far as being aggressive, because even if you come at us aggressively, that still can prompt us to trap you. If you're coming across half court and we feel we got the lanes covered, we'll go then as well. So, you know, for this team, they work hard at it, and they work extremely hard at it. Again, we're not the biggest team in the conference nor in the country, so we want to use our athleticism, we want to use our quickness, we want to use our versatility to make sure that we're disrupting people away from the basket as much as we can.
On the right here.
Gary Klein with the Los Angeles Times. Nikki and both players, please, can you talk about the matchup with Stanford and what they do and what you're going to have to do differently this time to kind of make it a better game and possibly beat them?
Not what they do, it's what don't they do. I mean, they have a very balanced offensive team. You know, their ability to stretch you and their ability to score in the paint. For us, we're going to have to really, really focus in on being stronger and being much tougher than what we've been. And obviously, there's certain things of the game that we can't control, but I do feel that our possessions that we've taken off, a team like Stanford is going to exploit you, and they're going to capitalize on it. And so we've got to understand that every possession matters. We got to understand that defensively you cannot miss your rotation because they'll make you pay for it. You know, when we're looking to battle inside, it can't just be Jasmine and T. I mean, Direxia and Dorina, everybody has got to be involved in keeping them off the offensive glass. We've got to be involved in making sure that our ball pressure is there, so there's not easy post entries. We've got to do things at a very, very higher level than what we've done. We're capable of doing it. It's a matter of, are we going to sustain it for 40?
Yeah, you know, I think Coach is right. We have to play for 40 minutes, you know, and just play our hardest, you know, and go out there and give it our all.
Yeah, play for 40 minutes, you know, rebound and make open shots is the key for us. And just no room for mistakes because, you know, Stanford's a great team and it's a championship game. So, yeah.
We'll take two more questions.
Lee Michelson, Full Court Press. Coach, you mentioned this wasn't Jasmine Dixon's best game. Was it just an off night for her, or is it something that the Cal defense was doing specifically that contained her?
I think for Jasmine, she's, you know, when you're playing teams, you know, twice now and third time, you got to know that they're going to come with double teams and they know your game. And she's got to be more comfortable in the high post area for us. which is where we're, moving her around because she has that high post shot. And we definitely give her the green light to do so. But, Jasmine is a tough competitor. She knows how to win. And for Jasmine, this is the longest and basically season that she's had in her collegiate career. She didn't really play at Rutgers. Then last year, we only had her for half the season. And then so now this is a full season for her. And so, we're very conscious of the fact that Jasmine is, basically a year and a half into the league, but she's a junior. So she's playing like she's really a sophomore in that regard. And so she's going to have those nights. But at the end of the day, we're gonna go with Jasmine because she's put us in this position, and she's a player that's going to compete.
For either of the two players, how important was it coming into this game, not looking past this team, knowing that Stanford's pretty much going to be next and that daunting challenge? And how important was it to stay in this game?
It was key. You can't just look ahead of games. You need to look at what's in front of you. Like, you take a game day by day. You don't look ahead. So we just did a good job preparing for this game. Cal's a good team, and we did good on executing our offense and defense. So that gave us a good win.
Last question.
Okay. Hi, it's Sue Favor with hoopfeed.com. And I wanted to ask both Direxia and Dorina if you could explain how you've been playing at the beginning of the season compared to how you've been playing now, both individually and as a team, and if you feel like you're peaking as a team right now.
Well, I think, starting from the beginning of the season to the end of the season, you're going to have, you're going to make changes, we're going to adjust and whatnot. And I think, for me, or at least personally, this is it. We're going into the end now, and every game counts. Every game is that one last thing that that you'll remember or whatnot. And why not put it all on the line? Why not have why not just give it our all? So that's what I think. And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I agree with Dearna too. This is coming to the beginning. It was just like you play everybody twice, but no matter what, you still give it your all. And especially coming to Pac-10, NCAA, you're one and out. So basically, just give it our all and play your hardest.
That will do it for us. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Good job, Derek. Yes. Thank you. All right, we've got the California Golden Bears, Coach Joanne Boyle, and Afure Jemarigbe. Coach, I will have you open, and then we'll take questions.
Just a lot of credit to UCLA. I think Nikki's got them in a great place, just really playing hard and getting ready for a championship game and probably a really good run in the NCAA tournament. For us, I thought we had a really good 2 games coming in today. Just disappointed with our effort and just trying to get our team to compete. It kind of tells a story of our season, how we'll compete for, and then we shut it down, and just how to compete day in and day out for 40 minutes. And I think we have to learn how to become that team.
Questions here in the middle?
John Krempacker with the San Francisco Chronicle. Joanna, it seemed UCLA's press and trapping defense really enabled them to get out to that early lead. Was that accurate, the way the game started for you, getting down 11-1, and how
Yeah.
tough was it to proceed
Yeah.
from that point.
Yeah, I think getting down, we talked about the press break and, just breaking it with confidence and people wanting to be a part of the press break. And sometimes we just have people hide and not flash big and, we'll break a press and then we just hand the ball back to Leja and then we just expect her to run a play instead of everybody participating in kind of the runs that you can have. And that's kind of what I'm talking about. It's just like everybody's got to want to be a part of that. And I think we struggled there. We struggled on the boards. We struggled to make layups. I mean, our confidence was shook, and we're not going to get better looks than right-handed layups. And so we got to be able to finish. Other people got to be able to put the ball in the basket for us. I just feel like we play tentative at times, and that press, got us rattled. We took the ball down the sideline way too much, just trying to keep it in the middle of the floor.
Yeah, Joanne, Jeff Ferrata, Oakland Tribune. Can you talk more about, it has been sort of a season-long issue for you, and how frustrating is it that you have some talented players, but to be able to get them to play hard all the time, and after 30 games, and when you're still not doing that, it must be maddening for a coach.
It's my biggest frustration. It's just, we have some youth, but the youth that we have, other than the freshmen, like a sophomore class, they've played a lot of minutes. They've played a lot of minutes. And so to understand that to be a championship team, you got to wear that jersey with pride, and you got to walk into practice every day and compete. You have to have a passion for your sport. You have to look at it as though it's an opportunity that a lot of people don't have. You got to value the fact that you've been given the opportunity, and we're not always on the same page with that. And I think that's my biggest frustration, is just wanting this team to die for what they've been given and to earn it and to work for it and to appreciate it. And that is the biggest frustration as a coach. And I would say probably any coach feels that way, that kind of goes on the roller coaster.
Lee Michelson, Full Court Press. There seemed to me to be a lot of hustle plays going on out there, and I'm wondering if Afuri could talk about just what it feels like to be in the face of that constant. I mean, some teams will press for a minute or 2 minutes, usually when it's too late in the game, but the constant, persistent press. Was it befuddling?
Yeah, it was tough. Forces you to, like Coach B said, flash and get open and constantly working to get, be available for your teammates. I felt like we were just, not poised, and we hid behind a lot of the UCLA players, and we forced Leja to handle the ball the whole time. And it's tough, and I think that's where we lacked a lot.
Tom Fitzgerald, San Francisco Chronicle. Joanne, Stanford beat UCLA by 14 a couple of weeks ago without NECA. How do you see the final game shaping up? Do you think UCLA has any kind of a shot at them? What are they going to have to do to keep that game close?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think when you get to a championship game, it's anybody's game. And, they're completely different teams, two completely different styles. And, obviously, I think UCLA's, their offense is even much better at this time of year than it was at the beginning of the year. So I think they got a great defense, and I think people can knock down shots for them, and how aggressive can they be, and how poised can Stanford stay, which they have been over the course of the year, who can make baskets. Just contrasting styles, but I think it's a great matchup between two great teams. I wouldn't give the edge to anybody. I just think that, adding NECA to the mix is huge for them. Stanford's been here many, many, many times. They know what a championship atmosphere is like, and I think Nikki's done a great job of preparing her team throughout the season with the schedule that she's played and the games that she's won to earn the right to be there and compete for it.
Joanne, this third game in 3 days, was fatigue an issue at all, or do you think that's too easy to?
Yeah, I didn't see my team tired. I can tell when my team's tired. I think it was how we started the game and just kind of like, we got, punched in the head a little bit, and then we just deflated and we didn't respond to it. It's when it comes easy, we're good. When it doesn't come easy, that's when we have to find that next whatever it is. The it factor that teams have, we need to find the it factor when it's tough.
We'll take one final question.
Thanks. Coach, could you talk about which teams you think from the women's side should be coming out into the NCAA, and where you believe they should be seated?
I don't know about the seeding. I haven't looked at the brackets like that, but I definitely think, obviously, Stanford and UCLA. But I really do think Arizona State's earned a bid. USC's had a great run down the stretch here. I know they lost yesterday, but they played a really good schedule as well. And I think they at least got to be on the table for some conversation. But I think Charlie did a great job this year, and really, I think she won 7 of her last 9, if I'm not mistaken. So going in the tournament, the fact that we've always played each other so competitive, and it's always been so close, that I would hate for the committee to look at that as a reason to keep them out.
That'll do it. Thank you.